don't. We don't like a lot of things heat in it, and we kept that. So.
Well.
Yeah,
staying true, Lacey. That's what you got to do.
Ben, go ahead.
I'm just me.
Go ahead, Ben.
Do you keep up currently? Do you keep up with the TNA product at all? As far as do you think it's a good thing that finally it looks like their ratings are really starting to skyrocket as far as they're getting better all the time? And do you think there's a chance they might one day actually be legitimate competition for WWE if they keep on the road they're going?
Yeah, I mean, there's always a chance. It's America. I won't say anything bad about them, so you never know where I'll be. So, you never know where you'll end up. So I think TNA is amazing. I'm just kidding.
You just say that
no, I think there's always a chance. So WWE is a very hard wrestling thing to compete with. No one ever has been able to, but if they get some really good talent and everything else on TNA, you never know.
You just say that with such admiration. You're like, it's America, and I think TNA is awesome. No.
I think it's awesome. You never know. And WWE. Love you, Vince. I'm just kidding.
It's like, oh, thank you for putting my family in, but I'll put over TNA's knockout division more. Yeah, that's the way to go. But, they say that Angel Williams is the greatest women's wrestler in the world. I don't necessarily agree with that, but do you think she is?
No.
There you go.
I think Natty Neidhart is the best.
You lost to her, so
no.
you know.
I love her. She's the one that taught me everything I know, and she was my first wrestling match. So, and she trained in Japan forever. I just think she's the best right now. But that's only because she's the only one that I got up close and personal with. And once someone's your friend, maybe if the other girl trained me and I could compare them both. Sorry, I'm turning on my car. Then
don't blow it up.
Then I could have some sort of comparison.
I saw that in James
Y'all can
Bond.
pick up my son with me. Y'all want to go pick up my son with me?
Does that car talk like in James Bond? Like when you turn it on? Or anything?
Lacey, one thing I wanted to tell you, enjoy the noggin days while you can, because my daughter did the same thing, and she's now transitioning into, already SpongeBob SquarePants, and she loves the show iCarly. So keep that noggin on as long as you can for him, because it will not...
I love this show, iCarly.
It is an absolute obsession at our household. She has every piece of merchandise you can want, and it's on Nickelodeon 20 times a day, so you can't avoid it.
I know. Yeah, sometimes when there's not a good cartoon on, then I'll turn it on that so I'm entertained too. So.
But definitely enjoy.
I always have to watch all these ones.
Yeah, definitely enjoy the noggin years because it will not last.
I know. He's getting so big. I mean, I feel like every month he's talking more and more, and it's so hard for a mom. But we play baby. This might be bad for his psyche or something, but when he gets out of the bath, he's like, I put him up all in the towel, and I say, you're my baby. And I walk around for at least an hour, and sit on the couch with him, and I'll bundle him up. And he loves being the baby for an hour after his bath. And so I do that every night until as long as I can. But then he's normal. Then he plays with his trucks, and he's a normal kid. But I love to have my baby time.
Oh, maybe one day I'll have a kid. I don't know. But you had the opportunity to work with Missy Hyatt, and she actually ended up going into the pornography industry. Could you ever see yourself possibly doing something like that or posing for Playboy?
Definitely not. I would pose for Playboy, but I would never, ever do pornography, ever. All you porn places, don't call me. There's no way in hell I would do that. Not that I'm knocking anyone that is doing it, but if I'm going to represent the Von Erich name, I'm not going to have sex with a man on camera. I think that's the best way to do it. But, Daddy had a lot of friends that, girlfriends and stuff like that, meaning, friends that are girls, not girlfriends, that did Playboy and stuff like that actually watched us when we were little. Yeah. So he didn't judge them, so maybe he wouldn't judge his daughter too much. But
broke my heart.
So I am going to do Playboy. I just can't tell you when yet. You have to wait and see.
You broke my heart, Lacey. Now what am I going to do? Resort to watching Missy Hyatt videos. Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm never going to see it. I made videos with my high school boyfriend that was innocent. We were always together. And, which was really bad. But he still has them, and we don't talk very much, so I'm really hoping that he doesn't sell them one day.
Is that shit on YouTube? Did you put that on YouTube so I can see that?
I would kill him.
If you're not going to do porn, that'd be
and sue the hell out of him.
Well, the best way to take a man down is kick him in the nuts. That's the best way to do it, because when you kick him
that's what my dad always taught us. He always said, kick them in the nuts and throw dirt in their eyes.
Or grab them by the nuts, one or the other. But you can put the claw on my nuts for asking you that question. But Ben,
I will claw his balls off, yes.
There we go. Ben, go ahead with a question.
Okay. Lacey, what kind of music do you listen to?
My dad was friends with Steve Tyler and Ellen John and Garth Brooks, and so he was always listening to that music, and Willie Nelson, so that's basically what I listen to. I love the old stuff, like Pink Floyd and Guns N' Roses. I'm just kind of like an old school kind of thing. My sister is too, and it's because that's what my dad was constantly playing, so it makes us think of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, nothing wrong with that selection.
Well.
Yeah.
I was going to say...
I'm not too into Miley Cyrus and things like that, but maybe one day.
You're gonna
sorry, breaking your heart. I'm sorry.
You're breaking my heart. And I had to go to your MySpace page for over a year and attempt to get in contact with you, and I had to listen to Guns N' Roses. That was painful enough. All the time.
What?
You go there, and there's just the page would just start playing Guns N' Roses.
Guns N' Roses is awesome. Are you kidding me?
Did you hear their new album, Lacey? No.
I only listen to the old stuff.
Well, I was going to tell you didn't miss anything because the only original member still in the band is Axl Rose. But the new CD, the new album was, it was horrible. Horrible.
Oh,
stuff.
Really?
Yeah. Stick with the old stuff.
I will.
You do not want to mess with that new album.
Oh, boy.
I won't do it. There are no iTunes for them.
How do you feel about people like Stacy Keibler who have actually gone into the entertainment industry through Dancing with the Stars and stuff like that?
Ooh, that would be so awesome. I would love to do that. I think that when you're in the wrestling business and stuff, like, you can only wrestle for so long, especially if you're a girl. It's so much strain and everything else on your body. Just laying around. I mean, I had to go to the chiropractor 3 times a week when I was training for the WWE. So I think wherever you can branch off and go to next is what you should do if you want your career to keep going. I mean, or else you'll have to, get a normal job, and none of us want to do that.
Chiropractor. Why didn't you just go to Hawaii somewhere? That would have helped you.
Do what?
Why did you waste your money on a chiropractor? Why didn't you just go to Hawaii somewhere?
Well, I had to go to practice the next day, so I don't think that would have been very good.
That would have been good rehab. Go to Hawaii. I got to ask you.
My chiropractor was very cute.
Who came up? Oh, that's a good reason. Who came up with the Wrestlicious rap?
I don't know. We had some writers do that. Some really cool writers that did a lot of stuff, like making fun of Jamie Lynn Spears videos, and they did Paris Hilton videos, kind of like knockoffs of them. So they were kind of famous for that, and so the Wrestlicious got them to do our video and rap. And they did a great job. I think it's hilarious. But is it cheesy? Absolutely.
Yeah, because...
But, when I first saw it, I wanted to kill myself. But now I think now after the 1,000th time, I think it's kind of funny. And it's reaching a different audience. We're not trying to be serious. It's not supposed to be like a serious video of us actually thinking that we can rap or something. But, I think they did a good job. I
can remember your part, and it was like your family's legendary beep, 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 and then you just took your hand and squeezed it, saying you were going to put me in the claw, and I was like, what in the hell am I watching? And at that point, I just stopped.
I must say, Lacey, you do actually have the claw pose down pat, though.
Well, I've been practicing from a young age. And I actually got the claw from probably almost all my uncles, so I know how to do it.
Well, definitely. Definitely.
My granddad would give us the claw all the time and tickle us, and we could not get out of it. It was very torturous, but it was really funny, and I'll never forget it.
Okay. So what's it like working the independent circuit these days now? Is it challenging for you, knowing that you had the opportunity to sign with WWE and it kind of didn't fall through the way that you probably hoped?
I actually left the WWE because I wasn't a mother there. I felt like I was always at practice or doing a match, and I just wasn't being a mom, and I didn't want to give up his little young years to do something selfish. So I decided to become a wrestler, but not have to give up my son for it. Mm-hmm. My dad wasn't there a lot. He was always traveling, but during the summers and stuff, we got to do it with him, which was fun.
Do you believe that? Do you believe that someone like The Rock turned his back on the business when he went into the entertainment industry and went into movies and stuff?
I think he's going to be way famous, way better shape and everything else being an actor. But again, I've got a very tragic family, and if you can get out of if my dad would have got out of the wrestling business and became an actor and he was still alive, then I would have preferred that. You're getting out of it's a different scene. Wrestling's like a circus. It's a circus back there. You pack up everything, you go to the next place, you all travel together, you do your show, you get really beat up, and then you do it again. And to take your body out of that, yet still being able to entertain people like you want to, I don't not recommend it. Mm-hmm. But I love the wrestling business, and I'll always support it. It's just, I just don't think that he made a bad decision by doing that.
Right. Since you
but do I think he should turn his back on it? No, I think that he should appreciate it even more, because that's the only way he got success. I think if he just went straight into acting, he wouldn't be as famous as he is. And he needs to appreciate the WWE for getting him into fame.
Right.
So I don't think he should turn his back. I think that